What's going on, guys? Plotimer Cards in the house, and I am here because they have announced new Amazoness support. I really love whenever they give new support to older archetypes. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of these cards, guys. So first of all, I think this is a little bit important. It's noted that the official article that these cards are not My Valentine support, but they are meant to further the Tyler Sister style of the Amazoness theme from Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc V. So that's kind of important to get the idea here. So first we got Amazoness Kaisiren. It's an Earth Warrior fusion effect monster. It's a level 10 with 3200 attack, 2800 defense. It takes one Amazoness fusion monster. Okay, so you'd have to have one on the field, I guess. And then it takes +1 Amazoness monster. You can only use the first effect of this card's name once per turn. One, if this card is fusion summoned, you can special summon one Amazoness monster from your deck. And 2, your opponent cannot target other Amazoness monsters you control with card effects. They also cannot be destroyed with your opponent's card effects. That's pretty good. But it says other, right? Other Amazoness. So you can target this, get rid of it, and then your Amazoness monsters would be susceptible. But and thirdly, this card, fusion summon using Amazoness Queen and or Amazoness Empress as material, can make a second attack during each battle phase. That's not bad. All right, next we got Amazoness King Liger. It's an Earth Beast fusion effect monster. Another fusion, nice. Level 9 with 2900 attack, 2800 defense. Takes one level 5 or higher Amazoness monster, plus one Amazoness monster. So you can only use the second effect of this card's name once per turn. First effect is monsters your opponent controls cannot attack monsters except this one. And secondly is you can target one Amazoness card you control and one warrior Amazoness monster in your graveyard. Destroy the first target, and if you do, special summon the second target from your graveyard. This card cannot attack the turn you activate this effect. Okay, that's not bad at all. I think this part kind of nerfs it a bit more than it needs to be nerfed. But other than that, I think it's a pretty decent card as well. Okay, so next we have Amazoness Shaman. I like the art on this, by the way. It's 800 attack, 1800 defense. You can use the first and second effect of this card's name each once per turn. One, if this card is in your hand or graveyard, you can target one Amazoness card you control except Amazoness Shaman. You cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck for the rest of this turn except Amazoness monsters. Also, return the targeted card to your hand, and if you do, special summon this card. I'm not sure if any of the Amazoness monsters have any effects that work really well if they're returned back to the hand. I don't believe they do off the top of my head, but I could be wrong. But if they do, that could be a pretty decent combo. And secondly, if this card is special summoned, you can add one polymerization from your deck to your hand. Okay, so polymerization searcher. So you could use something like Foolish Burial to dump it in the graveyard in order to use its effect. That would be pretty decent. But you can also use the fusion card's effects. You can target one Amazoness card you control and one warrior Amazoness monster in your graveyard. Destroy the first target, and if you do, special summon the second target from your graveyard. So you could take advantage of this and also special summon this from the grave after you Foolish Burial it, or if by any chance it is in the grave. I'm sure there's a million other combos to get it into the graveyard. And then you can add a poly to your hand, which is pretty good. And then next, this thing is pretty good too. If this card is fusion summon, you can special summon one Amazoness monster from your deck. That immediately special summons Amazoness Shaman. I think the problem with this monster is that it takes one Amazoness fusion monster. So unless there is maybe an instant fusion target, that would be pretty decent. But there might be more cards that help out with that. So let's go ahead and take a look. So next we got Amazoness Golden Whipmaster. It's a level 5 Earth Warrior Pendulum effect monster. Okay, pendulums. 2000 attack, 1200 defense. Pendulum skill 1. Pendulum effect is you can only use the second pendulum effect of this card's name once per turn. The first effect is all monsters you control gain attack equal to their level times 100. So that probably works best with the fusion monsters. And then secondly is when an attack is declared involving your Amazoness monster, you can target one spell or trap on the field, destroy it. It's not bad. And then the monster effect is you can only use the first and second effect once per turn. If this card in the monster zone is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can place this in your pendulum zone. And if an Amazoness monster is summoned to your field, special summoned to your field while this card is in your graveyard, you can place this in your pendulum zone. Based on the new cards, it seems like you're going to be doing a decent amount of special summoning. So yeah, this in your graveyard can pretty easily get itself back in the pendulum zone. And then we got Amazoness Silver Swordmaster. It's a level 3 Earth Warrior Pendulum effect monster. So we get 2 pendulums. Nice. It has 1200 attack and 2000 defense. Pendulum skill 7. Oh, okay. So you can only use a second pendulum effect once per turn. all Amazoness monsters you control gain attack equal to their level times 100. So if they're both on the field, they probably chain, right? That's not bad at all, actually. They're all going to get boosted pretty high in attack. When an attack is declared involving your Amazoness monster, you can target one Amazoness spell or trap in your graveyard, add it to your hand. Monster effect is, I think, yeah, it's the same one. You can just place them back in your pendulum zone. And then next, we got Amazoness Secret Technique, quick play spell. You can only use the first one of the first and second effect of this card's name per turn and only once that turn. So you have to use only one of them. Okay. Fusion summon one Amazoness. Oh, it's a fusion card. Okay. So fusion summon one Amazoness fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters for your hand or field as fusion material. Okay, so it's like another polymerization substitution. So if this deck is based mostly around fusions and whatnot, I could definitely see 3 of these and 3 of the poly as well. But it depends on how good the second effect is. You can banish this card from your graveyard once. If you would fusion summon an Amazoness fusion monster this turn, you can also send one Amazoness monster from your extra deck to the graveyard as material. Okay, so you'd want this, I think, in your graveyard more because you can only use one of the effects, right? So you have polymerization for this, but you would also need a way to get this out reliably, and I think the second effect is probably the best way to do it, and you can only use one of the effects. So maybe Foolish Burial Goods this thing into the graveyard. So interesting, you'd be running Foolish Burial and Foolish Burial Goods. But yeah, Foolish Burial this thing into the graveyard, and then maybe use this effect in order to use one of your extra deck monsters as material. That would be interesting. And then next we got our reprints. Okay, so we got a reprint of Amazoness Queen, reprint of Amazoness Princess, reprint of Amazoness Baby Tiger, reprint of Amazoness Empress, and reprint of Amazoness Pet Liger, reprint of Amazoness Call. I'm not too familiar with the Amazoness archetype. Obviously, I've seen it in the anime, and I've definitely seen it used against me, but I have not used this archetype too much, but I definitely think that this new support is pretty decent. I'm not too familiar with pendulums, but the new fusion monsters seem really, really nice. I like that one poly searcher, the level 2 poly searcher, this thing right here. This thing is really nice in my opinion. This is definitely an archetype I am going to try out when this new support comes out. But anyway, guys, if you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. This is Plot Armor Cards signing out, and oh my goodness, look at the time.
It's time to do